Good morning, my fellow bookworms. Here I come again to highlight another book. Um, it's uh, it's in the shadow of 9/11. Um, it's written by Christina Ray Stanton, and here she is on the back. I don't know her personally, but how I knew about her was she came to she came to my church a couple of years ago to advertise her book, to speak on her experience. She and her husband Brian and their little dog Gabby were living close. I think they were like catty corner from the World Trade Center um, when 9/11 happened. And as a side note, um, the World Trade Center was built in 1973, the year in which I was born. So seeing it crumble, seeing it being in existence as long as my lifetime at that point, and for it to crumble, of course that was just horrible. And we're about to come upon the 25th year of 9/11, and if you've lived through it, you can't forget it. And 9/11 needs to be a warning story. Uh, it needs to be a story told as a warning of what extreme hate and indoctrination and radicalization can do. Um, so with that being said, let's go to the book. She she talks about how she and her husband, and among many other people, barely escaped 9/11 um, with their lives. They got out of New York just in time for the towers to collapse. Um, and the boats took them to New Jersey. Um, and, you know, it shows humanity in all kinds of forms. Um, there was one Good Samaritan that offered Christina and her husband their apartment to use the restroom. They didn't. Christina and Brian didn't want to impose on them anymore, so they left. But they were not fazed by their appearance. They had, all the yellow dust and the debris and all that on caked on them and everything, but these Good Samaritans were not fazed by it. They said, hey, if you need anything more, if you need to stay, if you need to wash up, whatever. They didn't want to impose. They just needed to use the restroom. But so we have that going on, and then uh, just the kindness of strangers and other people that were evacuating. She points about that, but then she and Brian check into a hotel in New Jersey later that night, and Christina, on page 41 in the book, Christina talks about she saw a sign about, have you forgotten your toiletries? And she asked the receptionist if she could have toiletries, and the receptionist said, "Well, did you forget about them? Did you forget your purse or your bag?" Or anyway, the receptionist clearly, I mean, you've got to be living under a rock not to watch the news that day. Clearly saw Christina and Brian in their state of mind, and as well as their bodies, and just kind of was not moved by it. Just it's almost like either she didn't get it or she just didn't have any compassion. But she kind of acted put out when they asked when Christina asked for toiletries. Yeah, so it's like any other crisis, including the COVID-19 pandemic. It exposes humanity both at its best and its worst. So, but Christina's story is a story of healing and redemption. She ends up working for the Redeemer Church Planners. It's it's a it's an organization. It's a nonprofit that plants churches around the nation and the world. So she found healing by helping others, and she also, you know, also helped her city in its rebuilding, and that was healing for her as well. So check out her book, um, and subscribe to my channel and follow along for more content. Thank you.